Now in 7, we paid 1900, original was 3700, and now we paid 1900. So account payable decrease or increase? Cash for sure decrease. Account payable also decrease because we pay worth 1900 of our liabilities from 3700. Florian, understand?
Yeah, I understand.
So accounts payable decrease mean?
So our debt, our liability decrease. That's what it means.
So debit or credit? Liability decrease?
Debited.
Cash decrease?
Cash decrease.
Asset decrease. Right? Credited. And how you pronounce it? Accounts payable to cash, 1900. Simple. Right? So cash is again hit by 7th transaction, and the side of the cash is right hand side. Yeah. See?
So is both debited, right? Both debited?
No. Entry must have debit and credit. At the end, debit and credit must be equal. It can never happen that debit and credit are not equal. Debit and credit must be equal at the end. So accounts payable decrease, debit. Cash decrease, credit, not debit. Florian. Florian.
Yes.
Understand?
I think I will rewatch the video, maybe. I might confuse something. I will rewatch the video.
What is the confusion? Just tell me.
Because usually account payable is on the right side of the balance, is on the liability.
Yes, but remember that one. Exactly, you are right. But if that's a confusion, that's why I'm here to answer it. So see, where was that? See, the accounts payable is on the right hand side, right?
Mm-hmm.
If account payable increase, we write it down. Now we are not writing down in equation. We write it down in T accounts. So this is debit and this is credit. So if account payable increase, we write it down here. If account payable decrease, we write it down on the left side, 1900. So don't look at, because this is another system and we are now double entry system. So this is accounting equation system.
Okay.
Okay. This equation side is basically the accounting equation system, and now we are on double entry system. In double entry system, that's why I told you ignore this, because this is, now we are in two systems, equation system and double entry system.
Okay.
Right? So ignore this one. We talked about that. Now that in double entry system, first you make an entry and then you post it. So when you make an entry, accounts payable decrease mean debit, cash decrease mean credit. So this is all about where you need to write, which side of the T account you need to write. So cash is credit side. Accounts payable is debit. So in accounts payable, this is written on the right hand side. Forget about this. This is another system, accounting equation system. This is used by very small businesses, not companies. And here, the double entry system is basically used by big companies, corporations. So that's why we are diving into double entry system. Understand?
Understood.
Everyone, Anis, Lota, Wuson.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, got it.
Good. Let's move forward. And now, which two accounts are going to hit by this 9th transaction? Received 10,000 on account. So pay very close attention to. So which two accounts are going to hit?
Would it be assets?
Yeah.
Assets, one of them.
Yeah.
And
Name two accounts. Simple.
liability.
How liability?
Um,
We pay liability or we receive liability?
received.
It means you are saying that suppliers, we also buy raw material from supplier, and also the supplier give us cash. This is logical.
Oh. Um,
So receive means we are receiving cash, right? So one
Yes.
account is that cash is going to increase. What about the other? On account means that it was our assets and he has to pay us later, so now he is paying us. It means we are talking about
Asset.
customer. That customer, earlier he didn't pay us and now he is paying us. That's why there's the word received. If the question was paid 1,000 on account, it means cash is going out from the business. And normally when cash is going out for the business, either to pay for expenses or either to pay for suppliers. If the question says paid for expenses, then it means expenses. If the question is said on account, it means you purchase raw material on credit from supplier and now you are paying back. It means that would be account payable. But since the word received here, so normally we receive money from our customers, right? Understand?
Yes.
So in that case, cash increase and account receivable increase or decrease. So if somebody has paid his debt, so he should be removed from the account or should be increased.
Decrease.
Well done. He should be decreased. So previously, Volume has to give me 10,000 and now he paid me 1,000. So how much balance left? So this 1,000 is deducted from the 10,000. Now the balance is 9,000, right? So this much amount is decreased. So now tell me the entry. Cash increase mean? Account receivable decrease mean? Account receivable belongs to assets. Asset decrease mean? So what is the entry, Lota?
The entry. This is the part I'm not sure about, the final part.
How you pronounce it, right?
The entry, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
So
you,
one part.
first you speak the debit part. What is the debit part?
The debit is the cash which he receives 1,000.
Right?
So,
So
it goes into assets.
So you first speak cash. So entry, how you pronounce the entry? You first pronounce the debit and then credit. So first, so you see, okay, Lotta, tell me, are you clear about this?
Yes. So
Right? Cash
yeah.
increase,
So
accounts will decrease credit, right?
yes.
And if I ask you how you pronounce the entry, you pronounce the entry first. You speak debit and then you speak credit. So what is the entry here now?
As
Speak this. What is this?
so there's an increase of 1,000 in cash, which is
No.
the credit.
First speak this. What is this?
The cash
Yes.
plus
And two. What is this?
the account revenue is
Account
the credit.
Sorry, account receivable.
Account receivable
Right?
is the credit.
Yes. So how you pronounce the entry? Cash. Let me write it down here. So we know that from this one, cash increase, so cash is debit. Account receivable decrease mean credit. So how you pronounce the entry? Cash to account receivable. So Lota, please read this. What is this?
Cash to account receivable.
And why cash is, why we speak cash first? Because the rule is that first you need to pronounce debit and then you need to pronounce credit. In between you must speak two, right? Now you understand?
Yes.
So how we pronounce this entry? Received received $1,000 on account.
Cash to account receivable.
Well done. And how you write it down? So you write it down first, cash. Ignore this part. Now from now on, ignore this part, okay? Don't focus here on accounting equation. So cash, now this is the writing part, not the speaking now. You speak the entry, cash to account receivable, right? And now the writing part, how you write it down? Cash, debit side 1,000, account receivable, credit side 1,000. Right, Lota?
All right. Yeah.
Now you understand how you speak and how you write.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I was only sure about the writing part.
Okay, no problem. So anything, right now is, if you are having confusion, this is the right time to ask question. You can ask as many as question. Even Florian knows no question is, stupid or, confusing question. A question is question, okay? You must ask questions so that you understand. So how you post it here? So you see, cash is debited. So we already have the cash account. Now cash is debited. So it should be written on the debit side here, on the left hand side. Account receivable 1,000. We already have the account receivable T account from our fifth transaction. This is 3,000, and now on the credit side we have write it down 1,000. Now what about the 10th one? Sold land for cash at the land cost 22,000. What's going on here? So Woo Seong, your turn. Woo Seong?
Cash plus cash.
First of all, you need to write it down the three-step process. Which two accounts? Okay, sold for cash, right? It means cash. What is the second account?
Land.
Well done. The second account is land. Now tell me, the cash increase or decrease?
Cash is increase.
Well done.
The
How
cash
about
Land is decrease.
well done. So what about the debit and credit? Cash increase mean?
Debit.
you earn much more money.